Hi, Dave Smith with Officer.com, and I want to talk today about one of the deadly errors that law enforcement officers make very often, and too often we don't talk about it, and that is preoccupation. What is to be preoccupied? Well, if you're familiar with Cooper's color code, we call it condition white. A cognitive psychologist would call it a narrow internal focus. Preoccupation is one of these things where, say, somebody calls you just before you go on shift and says, "Hey, your daughter's sick, your dad is ill, your mom's in the hospital." These kind of things are events that force us deep inside of our own minds. It's a narrow internal focus, that condition white, that can be so dangerous. Often we talk about being inattentionally blind. Well, where are you attending? Well, you're attending inside. Inattentional blindness is a real phenomenon that exists, and it's very, very dangerous. And a typical example, say you're on the phone driving in your vehicle. Now, I know well, we're law enforcement officers really, really good at multitasking. No, we're not. Human beings don't multitask well, and that's one of the problems I have with a lot of the cockpits in our patrol cars. We put too many distractors in there. But why are we passing laws, for instance, to keep people from talking on their cell phone while they're driving? Well, it isn't whether you're holding your phone or you're on a hand-free set. The issue is, what are you talking about? Is it create a preoccupation, a narrow internal focus? I like to call it the Cobra. Remember when Indiana Jones got pushed down the hole in the Raiders of the Lost Ark? Now, the one thing Indy's afraid of is snakes, and he sits up and there's a cobra. And you at the theater, or you at home watching it, you simply can't take your eyes off anything else but that cobra. And that's what happens in our lives. We get these internal cobras where we're totally focused on it. Say someone you love is ill. You're going through a divorce. You're breaking up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You're getting a reprimand. These are the kind of things that you're thinking, oh my goodness, say you've got a hearing coming up. You've got to go before a board. You're going to be preoccupied with that. These puts us at great danger. And this is why it's so important that we take time to get our mindset right when we're getting ready to go out there on the street. And that is, get focused in the now. What's going on around me now? That condition yellow, as Colonel Cooper called it, that broad external awareness, that mindset you have when you're out there hunting, for instance. See, when you're hunting, you've got to attend to everything. You don't know where the deer, you don't know where the duck, you don't know where the goose, you don't know where whatever it is you're hunting is going to suddenly appear. So you've got to be paying attention to all the cues in the environment, all the signals in the environment that tell you something's going to happen. And that's what we're supposed to be doing on patrol. We're attending to what's going on around us. We're attending to all the things that are important. Now, if you're preoccupied, you're not attending. You're in that condition white. You're got that cobra. You're a risk to yourself. You're a risk to others. So if you got something really, really critical in your life, then maybe you need to talk to your supervisor and say, I probably shouldn't be alone in a vehicle. I'm dealing with this personal crisis or this personal issue. On the other hand, if you're driving around and you got a cell phone call and it's something really intense, then you need to pull over, then you get refocused. If something happens to you that causes you to get in that internal focus, it's okay, but stop doing what we're doing in law enforcement when you're out there patrolling. Let's get in a safe position where we can deal with it right now. Say, for instance, you have to make a critical phone call, and then when you get ready to go back in control, calm down, refocus, get in the now, and go hunting. And that's so important. Think about these things that we've talked about and deal with them when they come, and you'll be safer out there on the street. I'm Dave Smith for Officer.com. We'll see you again.